It's a pleasure to meet you today. This is Global Digest think tank group. We are podcasting around Asia Pacific and Europe, America. As you are one of expert, please let us know what is your specialized area and what is your expertise area to share your expertise to our audience, please.
Myself, I'm Suprita Suman, and expert of political science and economist. I did my PhD in Arctic politics of Canada. And currently, I'm involved with polar regime building. Means I'm working on multilateralism, how multilateralism can be effective in building polar regimes, more effective. Like Arctic Council, that is not a completely, it's a soft law organization. So decisions are not binding to all. Like Antarctica Treaty, this is also a convention, it's also a soft law binding organization treaty. So basically I'm working on polar politics. So basically in the Hindu Kush region, this is the third pole. So Burma, including India, China, small countries like Bhutan, Burma, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan. We are working here also on water security, basically hydropolitical dimension of polar melt.
I see. It's interesting. You live in the, hot tropical region, but you are studying about Arctic cold region, it's very interesting. How come you able to join with those Arctic area? What made you to do research on Arctic? You have any relation with there?
Yeah, I did my PhD in Canadian studies. So
in Canada,
Jawaharlal Nehru University. Yeah, Canadian study. So Canada is the second largest Arctic nation. It was my interest, and working on non-traditional security issues, especially water security. That was my innate interest. So due to Arctic melt, actually Hindu Kush region is facing lots of problem in terms of getting precipitations and rainfall. So it is it is really very much connected with his Hindu Kush region.
Right.
And being we are the most water starved nation. We are going to be water starved. Right now we are water stressed, but still, so I'm working on water hydropolitical dimension of polar melt.
Right.
And Hindu Kush region is the world. Yeah.
So how did you see this water security? India and Burma, do we have sufficient water, or it is risky in the future? Because Burma has, I guess, we have a lot of rivers and groundwater. I think in Burma it's sufficient, but maybe India may be more risky in terms of water security, right?
Yeah. But means water security has several dimensions. So one dimension can be less water, having less water means we have insufficient water. One problem can be we have water, but not good quality of water. There can be another problem. We have water, but my neighbor, probably my people living around me, they are very much, they are looking towards, they are eyeing towards my water resources. Like Canada has been being gazed by, always gazed by America. And even China also, they are going for the water, going to invest in agriculture. So definitely some countries making FDI in agriculture. So it is it is gazing towards your water. So how much your water is secure. So there are several dimensions of water security. And when Himalaya is not getting proper rain, means snowfall, so all the rivers, like even this Irrawaddy river, this is also under threat. So when your water resources drying, receding, so definitely the water automatically, and it is connected. Like a country like Bangladesh, it is overusing groundwater. India is overusing the groundwater. Definitely, automatically Nepal will face the problem, because groundwater, we don't know how much water is being extracted. So if your neighbor is using most of the water, that can be. If your neighbor is using the too much pesticide, even the pesticide can reach to your ground also. So
Right.
non-traditional security have no sovereign boundary.
Because
So there is no
groundwater in under the earth, water are no boundary, they all are connected between Burma, Bangladesh, India. The ground has groundwater has no boundary. So if you absorb more water, other country also suffering. So it's all are connected.
Let the Burmese should protest. Let the Burmese should protest that Bangladesh and India, please stop increasing your population. Because this increasing is going to dry your water resources. That is going to dry and harvest your water resources internally, and you are not aware, even or not aware, how much groundwater is being sucked by this population, chunk of population. Probably when there will be water starvation, the people will immigrate in your country. They are also going to create problem. So lots of chaos is going to be created. There's a number of, sometimes in terms of immigration, sometimes they are going to buy land, sometimes during setting up industry which is more water consumptive.
Right. In Burma, even we don't use much underground water. We have plenty of underground water, many
it's
rivers.
Very beautiful country.
And many
beautiful country.
Many big rivers, Irrawaddy and Danlin, Chinrin. Big river has huge water come out from those rivers. So we have plenty to use water in Burma. So we don't use much underground water. Although even we don't use, but our neighbor, if they use a lot of underground water, our water will also depleted, So that is, I guess, what you are saying. Because I'm not expert on the water as like you, so you are expert on water. So which country is very risky in around our region? Can you identify which are risky in terms of water?
First, India and China, both are on number one.
Right.
And no one is more. Second is definitely Bangladesh, huge population. And also this is not very active population, not very educated. So they are going to be there only. They are not going to immigrate somewhere. They are going to be there. They will utilize this water. They will also overuse this water. Number two, they are producing most of their rice producing countries. So definitely producing rice consume more water than producing other.
Right.
Plus they are also beef, red meats. They are using more water. So Burma maybe have a very clean water, very cool water, but Burma have very short-tempered, very aggressive neighbors.
Right.
They are thirsty for the water. So
I agree. Burmese, authority, lack of management. We are very bad in management and very bad administration. At the moment, it's a military government. Absolutely, they were not put in their mind about water. They have to deal with many other issues, So I agree what you said. We are very bad in management. And one thing you are starting with the Arctic, do you mean if the Arctic is melt down, it will be more risky for water, fresh water for around the world? Or how is your research finding? What did you find it?
Basically, I was working on that social science issue, but climatologists are saying, and this is the clear report also, that as the Arctic is melting, we are receiving less precipitation, because Arctic and Arctic this western disturbance was very much responsible, because our cold winds were moving through Arctic. They were crossing. In the way they were meeting this Mediterranean Sea, and then it was it became moisture laden, and this air was responsible for western disturbance. Means Hindu Kush region was getting more in ice fall, snowfall, whatever you can say, and glaciers were being filled by these ice. But right now precipitation level is decreasing. So this is the glaciers are on risk. So if the glacier are at risk, definitely rivers are cut. Automatically, this is interlinked. Similarly, when the glacier, they will get receive less water, less rainfall, delta will increase. They will just move forward, and most of the salinity, the delta region is also saline, so salinity will also increase. In terms of we have to lose in terms of fertility, also land fertility, in terms of river discharge. Even oceans are not, Indian Ocean is getting less water because we are overusing the water. So this is also blue economy is a combination of the saline water, salty water of ocean, and fresh water from this rivers. So this is good for the biodiversity. Right now, this biodiversity is also under threat. So this meeting point is now more diverse rather because deltas are moving forward. Now the rivers are losing their length also, because they are waters are being discharged overused, so they have less water to discharge in the ocean. So now the delta region are expanding, and the more delta region are also drying. So this is
I see. So
Sundarban delta is under threat.
So Professor Suprita, you said correctly about Arctic. If meltdown, we are suffering more, about water.
Even Antarctica also. Even Antarctica is also melting. This is also going to harm us.
All are melting nowadays, right?
We are sandwiched.
It's a very
sandwich between
right. So Professor Suprita, what about next to our country, the Himalaya mountain? The mountain also has a lot of ice, but nowadays it's also melting down, right? So it will also affect a lot about water risky. Yes, Himalaya is also melting down,
Himalaya is melting down due to increasing temperature. Population is, we actually, India and Pakistan and Bangladesh, these three countries, really, they are something like malignancy for the world resources. These three countries are malignancy, means I'm saying like a cancer cells. These are something cancer cell of the world resources.
Because these three countries are, a lot of consumer, a lot of people.
Lots of consumer and also very irresponsible user.
Right. So it was
very irresponsible. They are creating dirts also. They are polluting the water resources. Just come to India. I can show, I have just working on this. Ganga River is very near to my home where I'm living in Patna. So what is happening? We are losing our biodiversity. Our freshwater dolphin, their population is now 13 to 14 in the river. They used to be nearly 1500 and 1600 nearly 20 years before. And also siltation is increasing. Untreated water, the sewage water is being discharged. Nobody is thinking, even their worships are there. For this, what they used to do, they used to flowers and everything, they just tie in the polythene bag and they just used to dump.
Right.
So this is a major pollution. Like everything ritual, if the child born, if the marriage is there, if the deaths for the cremation, they are using this water, and means every time. So they are also not good user. They are not conscious also. Same thing happened in Bangladesh also. Same thing happened in Pakistan. And these three countries, they are actually, means population is the major problem. Even government is also helpless to introducing any population policy. If the government will introduce a population policy, the government has to lose the seat. They have to lose the parliament. So no one can say. Still, India is creating 7 Australia every year. 7 Australia every year.
Right.
Our one population means 7-8 countries.
It's a big challenge.
So these are going to be the malignancy for the water resource. I used to call them malignancy for the water resources. Even India, I'm an Indian, but I am not proud at all to being an Indian, because when I see that they are using they are so fraudulent user of water, and I used to keep quiet at how mercilessly they are using my resources. Because Earth is for everyone. It's not for India, and
Right.
it's not for Burma, and it's not for China.
Same Himalaya mountain, is for everybody. We have to, preserve the mountain to support not just water or other environment issues. So we are talking about water, about water security. Do you think India government is going to clean or make very clean water and clean river? Or is there possible any river? Because you have only one river, right? Ganga River is a significant river. It's a very long river. The other are not that long river. So is there any India government is going to do better river and or other water reservation?
I just wanted to remind you that Ganga may be the most important river, but there are several rivers like Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra River is an international river. There are 3 countries were sharing the water, like India. Equally, China is also, and another is Bangladesh.
Right.
So China has hegemony, and India is claiming that China is hegemonizing the hydropolitics. Bangladesh is saying that I'm the lower riparian country. I'm not getting the proper water. Right. So definitely, Bangladesh is ultimate sufferer. And there is Indus River war with Pakistan. There is another dispute. India has several international relations. One Ghagra that is coming from China, Nepal, and again in India. Kosi, Saptkoshi, Gandak, we are sharing with Nepal. So we have international rivers also.
Right.
And India, that is our blunder that Indian government is repeating since 70 years, I think, that every time we are getting flushed water in the monsoon season from Nepal Tarai.
Right.
So Nepal is a small country, and whenever there is heavy rainfall, the water has a tendency to come in the lower area. And we are always blaming Nepal is releasing water. Nepal is what the Nepal can do, a small country which has no voice in the international arena. What is this a small country can do? So rather helping this country, assisting this country, it is not to just to blame. So our Bihar government and our neighbor Uttar Pradesh,
Nepal is not controlling water. They just release.
It's not in condition. No. It has. We have to see their problems also. So what is the terrain? It cannot do about the geographical location. It is helpless. Financial problem. Nepal is a small country. How much money Nepal can bring? So I had always written. I have always given in written that we can.
Country.
So it's a small country also, landlocked nation. It has been surrounded by all the land. It is a landlocked. It has no connectivity to the ocean. What Nepal can do. And we are also releasing this water to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is losing in terms of monsoonal crop. That's over flood. They are losing in terms of. So I have always advocated that why you are not using this million whales program or million ponds program. So water can be stored in the deep pond and we can use in the arid season. But look, bureaucracy has always a policy, because on the flood relief, they have a very good ventures for this, if I very hard to say, but this money is being used on the name of flood relief. This money is used in a scam. Every year.
Corruption.
Corruption. So it's making a parallel black economy. So bureaucracy is always against this water conservation. But I have always advocate for that we can go for a water bank. Since 15 years, I was saying about water bank, nobody was listening. Now Netherlands, they have invented this term water bank. So we can store this water for it. Nepal Tarai area can be a best example in the world. We can store water for 1,000 years, means thousands of years. So in the Nepal Tarai, we have in the foothills of Himalaya, we can make a very good water bank. This will help in three ways. It will climate regulator, water preservation, conservation, protection of biodiversity, and a good neighborly relation, which is always most welcome. This Hindu Kush region, this is hosting the most bloody wars. Bloody wars, and water war is going to be more bloodshedding than any other war, even the nuclear. We have 3 nuclear arms: India, Pakistan, Nepal. They're having Bangladesh. Anytime they can have this nuclear weapon. China will provide or Pakistan will provide. What in terms of, we are actually, I think we should look for the corporate. That is why I'm asking, go for multilateralism. Rather being multilateralism is always the best. Don't say that it is the best. Okay, what is the best you can say, or say your views. We can find out the best.
Who doesn't want to be multilateral? Nepal or India, or who doesn't?
Definitely China, India, and Pakistan. No blame. No small country can.
So they all definitely are. They don't want.
Yeah. So, and even I'm also in favor that, okay, if Al Qaeda or it is what we can say that Taliban, now this non-state actors are also being recognized.
I see.
So we here we can also welcome, if Taliban is ruling Pakistan, sorry, Afghanistan, we can call Taliban also. Okay, let every war has to be go on. We will solve. But water is the most necessary thing. So be here. What could be the? So if the 4th nation, world has been recognized: first world capitalism, second world socialism, third world underdeveloped country, 4th nation indigenous, 5th can be non-state actors. Why we are not recognizing? We are seeing them in the sheer curtain of ice, sheer ice curtain, but we are not saying that they are also actors. So it is much better. We can call them, we can request them to be on the discussion table and come with this, because today non-state actors have the most sophisticated technology. They have most technological weapons. They are very good in cyber crime. So they have everything sophisticated, as good as the state actors. Even Pentagon has the best cyber security arrangement. Even Taliban has a very good security, a very good arrangement how to break this security. Right. So they are equally powerful. So we can call them for this. Is way that we are not accepting the reality. We have to be ready softly or hard reality. Realities are very hard. They are going to knock. They are knocking. We are there.
Oh, yes, Professor Suprita, you are pointing out definitely the water issue we have to manage properly. You know, we need to manage not just one country, multi-nation. They have to consider and they have to make proper policy, and we have to make proper management, and we have to store water at the kind of, as you said, water bank, right? So in related to those water risky issue, your specialized, your expertise area next is hydropower. Hydropolitics. So how is related? You mean China made a lot of hydropower, or even in case of Burma, we could not make very good hydropower. So how is related, and what are hydropolitics? Please, Professor Suprita.
Yeah, hydrodiplomacy. I'm talking hydrodiplomacy. Like we need to initiate a new diplomacy that just keep aside everything. We have border wars. On the uncharted Hindu Kush region, we have several border wars. Like we are shedding so much blood on, so many lives has been given for Kargil, like in the Siachen and everything. The world highest war point. It is just a dispute between India and Pakistan. Everybody. Like we have border dispute with China also. Sometimes with Bangladesh also. So now we have to keep aside everything, forget everything for a certain time. On the water, just forget, we have to mitigate everything. We have to forget it, let it solve. We are agreed or disagreed, we will discuss in later stage. But first be there, because water is emergency. It's a critical need. So we have to be, and like Agenda 2030, SDG Agenda 2030. This is saying every zero. First zero is hunger. zero hunger, Millennium Development Goal. So this can be the best agenda just to fulfill the goals of the Millennium Development Goal. Let us be unite and forget our border dispute. If we are going to draw a border, what will happen? Some Indian will become the Chinese, or some Chinese will be Indian. So border can decide only this only. But the problem of hunger will be there only. So just forget, I'm saying that forget the boundaries for the water.
Right.
This is the most soft water diplomacy and for Millennium Development.
The thing is, who will be the first to step in? India or China or Nepal? Somebody has to fast move, you know. Nobody, just.
I've been advocating for the people-to-people contact. Let some think tank like you have established. Maybe some think tank will include, because here I'm not, Burma or India may have several problems. But when we are talking as an intellectual and educated people, we have no boundaries. So we can talk. So people-to-people contact, it will be the best. Another thing, hydrohazomone, even India is also following. China is in the advantageous position. It is the highest riparian country. So it is always in the, but what will happen if Tibet will be an independent nation? Because Tibet is the water house. When Tibet will be an independent country, China will be an arid land.
Right.
So China, Tibet is colonized. Tibet is an asset for China. Definitely when Tibet will be an independent nation, China will be the most water-starved nation in this region. So it is much better, just go for unite for the water. Maybe we are fighting for the boundary, fight for the development, fight for the money, fight for the position, but we unite for that.
Definitely. Now,
people contact.
Definitely now our Global Digest audience will be hearing all what Professor Suprita said, and all the people watching our podcast will realize how the important thing of to initiate this water security in our region. I think whoever has money and whoever has power, please step in and to advocate for this water security is very important. Number one important, right? SDG agenda, number one agenda. So we have to unite all these countries, China, India, Burma, and also any other country can jump in, and let's do. I think we should make, Professor Supritas, we should make some kind of advocacy group for water issue. Maybe Professor Suprita, you should start the advocacy group from different country. Then we should protect for water security.
Especially women, because women are more vulnerable. If there will be water insecurity, they have to bring water from long distance. They have to carry household jobs. Within this period, this is also making their sexuality is also vulnerable, because during the carrying water, so many girls are being raped in India.
Right. So, Professor Suprita, if, as you point out, water tank, Nepal is one of good position. I think Burma also good position to build water tank. So I think you can find many places to build water tank. So if you, according to your research finding, example one water tank will be, how much it will be cost? The maximum price or minimum price, can you figure out?
I have not taken but I have written so many people and engineers. We have a group of engineers from IIT Roorkee, Indian Institute of Technology Roorkee, and IIT Kanpur. So I have just given, and it is because the currency valuation is different. No? Our currency valuation is different.
Because so we need to know the price, before we start any
so process. I'm checking, I have,
at
before
least
starting.
We should know the price, estimated price.
Estimated prices I have not, frankly speaking, we have just started that how many points we need. First, we are studying where it can be, where the soil is soft enough for the drilling, because the drilling of and soil quality, which is not seismo prone. So we have to also look that where is not safe. First, after this charting out, our we have started Nadi Ko Jano, means know the river, know your rivers. We have just launched the program that this new government, BJP government has started, and this is an initial stage. We have just working on, and we are taking the budget. Very soon we will give you, but at least it will take 3 months, minimum 90 days. Our training. So we are going to on 11th, 12th this June. Day after tomorrow, and a couple of days we are engaged in this meeting where the engineers are going to present this budget session also. So it may be in million, but there are thousands of organizations like World Bank. This will also help on we can take help. And a country like India, which is which is the third, spending third on the arms. So we can reduce our weaponization, and we can invest on this. Water is also a weapon. Water is the biggest weapon.
Right. And also the thing is, we have to share, once we save the water at the water bank, who should get how much, and, we should also sharing the precious water.
Definitely the country who are consuming more water, they have to invest more. So China and India, they are supposed.
They should pay more.
They should pay most of them. Why should more? Most, if there will be 100%, 80% must be shared by these two countries.
Right.
10% Bangladesh and Pakistan, and rest 10% other countries, because they are, look, Bhutan is also rich in water. Nepal is also, because Nepal, Bhutan, Burma, very small countries, and they are they have maintained their water resources in a very pristine manner. So actually these countries are being sandwiched due to these water monsters. Otherwise, right, this has nothing to do with, they are very innocent nation. They are innocent, like innocent rabbits are in the traps of whatever you can say that monsters. So right, this is an innocent nation. So we cannot expect more. But what we can expect, that the expertise should be taken from all the countries, so that no one can say that my voice is unheard there.
Right.
No one will be unheard.
Definitely, I agree with you, Professor Suprita. We have to seriously consider water security, and to, the most important thing, we should not waste the water. Nepal released and India released the water in the monsoon. Wasted into the sea. We have to save a lot of water. Same in Burma. We have a lot of rivers. They just come and go out into the sea. No, benefit for the society or the people. The government could not manage properly, and they could not save the water. So this thing, a lot of management problem or corruption in Burma, as well as, I guess, in India and other countries. So we have to aware those things. It's very much important.
I'm really very happy to share that some think tank is also working, and it's a very big, it's a good opportunity, and hopefully I'm just waiting that people of Burma can join our water security this advocacy group.
Sure.
This campaign should be necessary. That's a campaign, and definitely. So, and
people were watching you, Professor Suprita. People were watching you. What are you saying? So they will realize how important thing.
Yeah.
So thank you.